The Ghan, Australia's crown jewel on rails. If Australia had a royal family of transport, the Ghan would be the glittering, crown-wearing, champagne-sipping monarch gliding majestically through the red heart of the continent. Recently crowned the 5th best luxury train ride in the world, the Ghan isn't just a train, it's a bucket list dream, a moving 5-star hotel, and perhaps the only place where you can sip Merlot while a kangaroo hops beside you in the desert. Let's be honest. Australia is a country of extremes. We've got spiders that look like they hit the gym every day, snakes that treat your backyard like their summer resort, and kangaroos that can box better than half the cast of Rocky. So it makes perfect sense that when we do luxury we don't mess around. We throw in a train that slices through the entire continent from south to north, from Adelaide to Darwin with a pit stop in Alice Springs, and we do it in style. First things first, what's with the name? The Ghan sounds like it could be a Marvel villain or a wizard from some lost Tolkien chapter. But no, it's short for the Afghan Express, paying tribute to the Afghan camel drivers who helped open up the country's vast interior in the 19th century. Before the Ghan, camels were the luxury transport of the Outback. Imagine riding one of those across 3,000 kilometers. Let's just say luxury wasn't a word anyone used back then. The journey begins in Adelaide. Adelaide, the city that likes to keep it classy and slightly sleepy. You board the Ghan like you're stepping into an Agatha Christie novel. There's polished wood, gleaming brass, and attendants that look like they moonlight as Bond villains, only friendlier and with better wine recommendations. And then it begins. The rumble of the wheels, the subtle sway of the carriages, and the feeling that you're not just traveling, you're time traveling into the heart of Australia. Your fellow passengers are an interesting mix. There's the couple celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, the solo backpacker who accidentally booked this thinking it was economy, and that one person who insists on wearing a safari hat indoors. Everyone's united by one goal: to bask in luxury while watching the Outback roll by like an endless burnt orange ocean. And the cabins. Oh boy. The platinum and gold class cabins are what happens when a 5-star hotel and a train have a love child. Beds that magically appear out of nowhere. Bathrooms that don't make you cry. And windows, huge panoramic windows, so you never miss a single camel, wedge-tailed eagle, or confused emu sprinting alongside. Meals on the Ghan are less train food and more Michelin-starred desert banquet. In the Queen Adelaide restaurant, you get 3 courses of regional delicacies. One moment you're nibbling on kangaroo fillet with Kwandong sauce. The next you're sipping Barossa Valley Shiraz while wondering why your kitchen at home doesn't come with a view of an Outback thunderstorm. And the staff? Absolute legends. They can balance 3 plates on a moving train while describing the flavor notes of bush tomato chutney, all with the calm grace of someone who's clearly seen a few wine-fueled karaoke nights on board. Now let's talk about the landscapes. This is not your average window with a view situation. No sir, you pass through the Flinders Ranges, ancient mountains that make you feel like you've wandered onto a prehistoric movie set. Then comes the endless stretch of the Red Desert, where the horizon is so flat you can almost see tomorrow. Somewhere near Coober Pedy you start to question if you're still on Earth. It's that alien. You half expect a UFO to pull up next to the train and ask for directions to Uluru. And you know what? The Ghan would probably offer them tea and a seat in platinum class. Midway you stop in Alice Springs, the Outback's version of a pit stop. Here you can take off on optional excursions, camel rides, helicopter flights over the McDonnell Ranges. Absolutely. Dinner under the stars with indigenous storytelling and a didgeridoo soundtrack? You bet. Just don't forget your hat, the sun doesn't mess around out here. As the train continues northward, the terrain begins to shift. The ochres and reds fade into green. The tropical scent of the top end starts to tickle your nose. It's like Australia decided to put on a new outfit, from desert chic to jungle glam. Next stop, Catherine. The place where ancient gorges, aboriginal rock art and freshwater crocodiles live in awkward harmony. Here you can cruise through Nitmaluk Gorge with a guide who tells you stories older than most European nations. Or you can just sit back and contemplate whether you should move here and start a bohemian lifestyle involving didgeridoos and mango farms. Finally, you roll into Darwin, sweaty, tropical, and buzzing with energy. It's a city that feels like it's always slightly hungover and slightly ready to party. You step off the Ghan with a sense of accomplishment, a tan line shaped like a window and maybe 3 extra kilos from the endless cheese platters. But more than anything, what you take away is the story, the feeling of crossing an entire continent in comfort, of connecting with the land in a way few experiences allow. The Ghan isn't just about luxury. It's about the journey, cheesy but true. You're not just seeing Australia. You're feeling it, rumbling under your feet, whispering through your windows, and sneaking into your soul like red dust in your socks. And let's not forget the characters you meet. There's always that one older gentleman who's done the trip 12 times and has a story for every town. There's the city couple trying to reconnect with nature, who spends the whole trip in the lounge bar. There's the retiree writing a novel on a typewriter, and the tourist who packed only thongs and regrets every second outside of air conditioning. The Ghan also has a way of turning strangers into friends. By day 2, you're nodding to each other in the corridor like you're in some kind of secret club. By day 3, you've shared life stories, swapped Instagram handles, and toasted to the kangaroo that jumped past your window at sunrise. And while other luxury trains offer glamour, marble bathrooms, or 5-star foie gras, the Ghan offers something more: authenticity. You're not just watching landscapes, you're living them. You're crossing the soul of a country, all while sipping locally sourced wines and wondering if it's socially acceptable to ask for a third dessert. In the world of luxury trains, the Ghan isn't just a ride, it's a rite of passage. And now that it's officially the 5th best luxury train experience in the world, the rest of the planet is finally catching up to what Aussies have known all along. A ride on the Ghan isn't exactly pocket change, but for what you get, it's worth every cent. Prices can range from around $2,000 to over $6,000 per person, depending on whether you choose Gold service or the ultra-luxurious Platinum service. That includes gourmet meals, all beverages, off-train excursions, and private cabins that make you forget you're on a moving vehicle. It's not just a train ticket, it's a rolling, all-inclusive 5-star hotel slicing through the soul of Australia. So if you ever find yourself craving a different kind of luxury, not just chandeliers and butlers, but sunsets over red dunes, stories told by ancient lands, and 1,000 kilometers of magic, book a ticket on the Ghan. Just be warned. Once you've done it, no other train will ever measure up.